654 Uniting Church congregations and faith communities are busy in mission in New South Wales and the ACT. They provide childcare, religious teachings in schools, support for the disadvantaged in their communities, and many forms of worship and Bible study. And through the Living is Giving program, they are also at mission to other communities in Australia and overseas. Through Living is Giving, their outreach extends to ambassadors for peace in Asia and the Pacific, fledgling faith communities in new housing areas, and sustaining faith in remote New South Wales. These and other important ministries can only be maintained if congregations and individuals make the Uniting Church's Living is Giving program a financial and mission priority. Imagine a city of 350,000 people with diverse cultures, needs and ideas. That's the field that our university chaplains and mission workers are placed in across New South Wales and the ACT. They are there to support and encourage students as well as academics and administrative staff. Uniting Church campus groups are not just for Uniting Church people. As open, inclusive communities, they seek to create a place for all students and to work with other Christian groups and justice movements to follow Jesus in witness and discipleship. Living is Giving contributions underpin this important work.
I work with a group called Lacuna at Macquarie University. We are part of the Uniting Church in Australia Tertiary Students Association, UCATSA. Lacuna is a group that's focused on asking questions, giving people space to think about how their studies and how their lives and all the different aspects of their lives relate to faith issues. So it's a way of ministering to the whole person, kind of not telling anyone that they have to leave bits at the door. They don't have to pretend to be something they're not. It's about actually just bringing who you are and thinking through your faith journey in respect to that stuff.
I think it's a great ministry to support. It's the future of the church. The university students are going to be the next leaders, and I think it's great that the Uniting Church sees it as something worth investing in and something worth building up.
The Uniting Church's mental health chaplains bring God's love, grace and hope to some of the most vulnerable, broken and needy people in our community. This ministry is a practical expression of Christian faith, a way that the Uniting Church lives out the call to caring, service and justice.
We get a lot of people suffering with schizophrenia, bipolar illness, also a lot of modern day increasing illnesses like anxiety, phobias, the more neurotic conditions becoming more obvious. Suicide is a big problem these days. I think the most difficult part of my work is dealing with the helplessness I feel when I'm sitting with people who are going through unimaginable pain. I can't fix it. I can be there with them. I can get alongside them. And that's my role as a representative of God. That's how they see me. They see me as I'm a reminder of the God that maybe they believed in years ago and trusted, but now seems far away. And sometimes my presence can bring them back in contact with that God.
Contributions to Living is Giving help to fund the Uniting Church's chaplaincy in prisons across New South Wales. Paul Drury is one of the Uniting Church's prison chaplains based at Sydney's Parklea Jail.
Jails can be very negative places. And during my time there, you've often got a lot of people, often some of the officers, who will be very cynical about, oh, they only go to church for the biscuits. Well, we haven't handed out biscuits for 3 or 4 years now. We've got 40 chairs plus a couple of stools in our chapel. And we nearly always have 5 or 10 people who have to stand up. And I think that speaks for itself. People are searching for God and they come to the chapel.
The Uniting Church's rural ministry agents are working hard, often in very difficult circumstances, to bring encouragement, hope and practical help to rural, remote and regional communities. Naomi Nash is the Central West Presbytery's young adults worker.
So my role really involves meeting young people where they're at, so whether they're at a university or at TAFE or downtown or working. So it's really just getting involved with their lives on any level that I can. So there's a lot of going and having cups of coffee and meeting people for lunch and for dinner and those kinds of things and building relationships with them throughout their normal life and trying to build in opportunities for meaningful conversation and talking about the deeper things in life just every day in everyday activities.
Kel Hodge, the Uniting Church's rural chaplain in New South Wales and the ACT, provides encouragement and pastoral care to people facing tough times. He liaises with government bodies on behalf of rural people and helps the church provide the resources to help rural people stay on their feet, especially during times of drought and other natural disasters.
I think the most inspiring parts of my ministry is actually observing people confronting issues that would normally often stop most of us and confront them and win out over them with the often meagre resources they have at their disposal.
Christians are called to participate in God's mission, the mission reflected in Jesus' life and ministry. We do that as we decide how we will use all that God gives us: time, abilities, material resources, relationships. It's your chance, our chance, to make a difference. Please make a commitment to God's mission in the world. Give generously to your congregation and make Living is Giving your mission priority before non-uniting church programs, so Christ's love can be shared in this synod, in Australia and beyond.